Good morning, students. We will continue our discussion on the different memory management technique in an operating system. In our last class, we learned about one memory management technique called partition memory management, where the entire physical memory is divided into number of partition and each partition is allocated to a different job. Since many jobs are there in the memory simultaneously, this technique supports multi-programming. Multi-programming is not possible in case of the earliest memory management technique called single contiguous allocation. We also discussed about the different categories of partitions, like with the two main categories of partition in case of partition memory management are static partition and dynamic partition. In case of static partition, as the name indicate, the memory is divided into number of partition before the job arrives, and the number of partition and the size of each partition remains fixed, that cannot be altered. Whereas in the case of dynamic partition, the memory is not divided into number of partition before the job arrives. After the job arrives, depending on the requirement of the job, the memory can be divided into number of partition. Here, the size and also the number of partition can be varied according to the requirements. We learned about the advantages and disadvantages of both static partition and dynamic partition. In today's class, we'll be discussing about the different ways of allocating partition. In a partition memory management, what happens is the entire memory is divided into number of partition and several jobs has to be loaded into the memory. Then for which job, which partition is suitable. So which partition can be allocated to which partition. So these things we are going to discuss in today's class. And in today's session, I'll give an introduction to another important memory management technique called relocatable partition memory management with its merits and demerits. At the end of today's session, you will be in a position to understand how partitions are allocated to job. That means several partitions are there and several jobs are there. Then which partition should be allocated to which job? These things we are going to learn in today's class. And one of the biggest drawback of partition memory management is fragmentation. In a fragmentation problem, what happens is in every partition, some portion of the allocated memory is occupied by the job and some portion of the memory remains unused in every partition. But this unused area is not continuous. So this unused area or a hole will be left in each and every partition. If all this free area is continuous, it will be useful. But here what happens is the memory is not continuous. Every partition, some memory remains unused means. So the memory wastage is fragmented. And we'll go in today's class, we'll be learning about how this fragmentation problem can be overcome or eliminated in relocatable partition memory management. So there are two different ways of allocating the partition in case of partition memory management. In a partition memory management, after the memory is divided into number of partition, several partitions are maybe in free status, and there may be several jobs. Then for a particular job, which partition can be best allocated? These things are decided by two different partition allocation technique. The one is first fit and the second one is best fit. In the first fit algorithm, the entire free table, that means the table which consists of the partition number and the status of each partition. That's partition number one, whether it is a free status or allocated status. So free partition status table, also called as a free table. So in the case of first fit algorithm, the free table is kept sorted by the location. So the first one is the first entry in the table indicate the partition which is in free area at a particular address. The next entry in the same table indicate the next free partition whose address is higher than the previous one, because we are first maintaining a table of all the free partition and we sort them according to their address. And each consecutive entry corresponds to a free area that starts at higher memory address. That means in case of first fit algorithm, the free table, the first line in the table indicate a particular partition starts at a particular address. The second entry in the same table indicate the next free partition whose address is higher than the previous one. And when it is necessary to allocate a partition, suppose for a particular job, a suitable partition has to be allocated. Then what we will do is we start at the free, we search the entire table and identify or allocate the partition which is first suitable for the given job. When it is necessary to allocate a partition, we start at the free area at the lower memory address, because first line starts at one address, the second line starts at higher address, third line starts at still higher address and goes on. So there what happens is we keep on searching the table row by row. If the first line or first partition itself is suitable, means we allocate that partition itself. If the first partition is not suitable, then we go for the second partition. If the second partition is big enough to allocate the job, we allocate it. So we keep on looking until we find the first free area that is big enough for the partition to fit. What are the advantages of first fit? It favors using free area at low memory address wherever possible. So if the first partition size is 1600 bytes, second partition size is 2500, and if the job one has to be allocated whose requirement is 1200, so in that case what happens is the first partition itself is enough, so we will allocate that partition itself. So this tends to allow a large free area to form at higher memory addresses. So when a large partition is needed, there is a good chance of finding a large free area in this technique. The second partition allocation technique is the best fit partition allocation. In the case of best fit partition allocation, the difference is in the case of first fit partition allocation, the free table is kept sorted by location or address, whereas in the case of best fit, the free table is kept sorted by the size. So there what happens is the first line indicate the partition whose size is small. The second line indicates the partition whose size is bigger than the previous one. The third partition indicates the size is bigger than that one. So we keep on sorting the entries in the free table depending on the size. The size, it will be the increasing order of the size. In the case of first fit technique, the free table is kept sorted by the addresses. The first address indicates the first line in the table indicate a partition starts at a lower address. The second line in the table indicates the partition which starts at a little higher address. And the advantages of best fit is, on the average, the best free area can be found by searching only half the table. So generally, binary search technique is applicable here. If there is a free area of exactly the desired size, it will be allocated. That is not necessarily true for first fit. So in the case of best fit technique, what happens here? We suppose the partitions are of size 1000, 800, 1200, etc. So the first free partition size is 1000, second free partition size is 800, and the third partition size is 1200. And the job one has to be allocated whose size is 600. In that case, in the case of first fit, the first partition itself is allocated because first partition itself is enough for the job. Whereas in the case of best fit, is search the entire partition table and identify which partition results in least wastage of memory. So in that case, it will allocate that best partition. So one of the biggest drawback of partition memory management technique is fragmentation, where in every partition, some portion of the memory is used and some portion of the memory is unused. So this problem, we call it a fragmentation problem. So there are two different ways of avoiding this fragmentation technique. One is by using relocatable partition technique, and the second one is paging memory management technique. Anyway, paging memory management technique, I'm going to discuss in my next session. So in the case of relocatable partition technique, the fragmentation problem is avoided by a technique called compaction. The thing is, in case of compaction, you take the first partition. First partition, some portion of the memory is used by the job. Second, next half of the portion may be waste. Second partition also same thing. Some portion of the partition is used and some portion of the partition remains unused. So what in the compaction we are doing is, the second job we shifted immediately after the first job. The third job, the area occupied by the third job is immediately shifted after the third job. So there what happens is, all the occupied area is shifted up. Then naturally, the free area will be formed at the bottom. So this technique of shifting all the occupied area into place, and naturally leaving all the free area continuously at the bottom. This technique we call it a compaction. In compaction, we combine all the free areas into one continuous area. This can be done by moving the content of all the allocated partition so that they become continuous. But theoretically, compaction is simple, but in practically, compaction is not so easy. The reason is there are some address specific location in the program. When you shift the program from one place to another place, the same program which was working earlier may not work. So this is the problem in the case of relocatable partition. So this problem of shifting the program into one area and leaving the free area at the bottom by shifting the program by making suitable changes in the program. This technique we call it a relocation. So relocation partition, the simplest technique here is shift all the allocated area into one place, and all the free area forms at the bottom. And what are the advantages of relocatable partitioned memory management? It avoids fragmentation. So here also, the degree of multi-programming is higher. But the problem is it suffers from three major drawbacks. One is relocation hardware increase the cost of the computer, and it may slow down the speed of the computer. And compaction itself take more time. So compaction time is substantial. And here also, at any time, the size of the job should not exceed the size of the partition. So job's partition size is limited to the size of the physical memory. So in today's class, we learned about the different ways of allocating the partition. The one is best fit, other one is the first one is the first fit, and the second one is the best fit. In the case of first fit, the first free partition which is suitable for the job is allocated to the job. In the case of best fit, the first free area which results in least usage of memory is allocated to the job. And we also studied about a technique for avoiding fragmentation problem of partition memory management technique called relocatable partition memory management. In the case of relocatable partition, what happens is you take the first partition, some portion of the partition is occupied, and next half is waste. Then what you do is, next you shift the second program which is present in the second partition immediately after the first job. Then what happens is job 1 and job 2 will be continuous. Then the free area of job 1 and the free area of the partition 1 and the free of partition 2 will be together. So based on today's class, some review questions are: explain different ways of allocating partitions in partition memory management technique. Compare and contrast first fit and best fit technique. Discuss relocatable partition memory management. Mention the merits and demerits of relocatable partition memory management technique. Let us consider some simple multiple choice question. Fragmentation problem is avoided through single contiguous allocation, relocatable partition technique, either A or B, none of this. The correct answer is B. In the best fit allocation, the free area table is kept sorted by size, address, job address, none of these. So in the case of first fit, it is kept in the best fit, it is kept sorted by size. In the case of first fit, it is kept sorted by location or the address. The correct answer is A. In the first fit allocation, free area table is kept sorted by size, address, job address, and none of this. The correct answer is B. Dash is a solution to fragmentation problem: buffering, partition merge, memory merge, compaction. The correct answer is D, compaction. The problem where the memory used is not continuous, we call it a fragmentation. So in a case of fragmentation, what happens is memory is there, enough memory is there, but the memory is not continuous. In every partition, some portion is occupied and some portion remains waste. So if it is possible to bring all the free area together, it would have been useful. So that is the main principle of relocatable partition memory management. The correct answer for this question will be D, or fragmentation. The process of adjusting address sensitive instruction so that they can run correctly a new address also, we call it a relocation. Okay, students, in today's class, we learned about one major memory management technique called relocatable partition memory management, which is one solution to the fragmentation problem of partition memory management technique. Another technique is there. Using that one also, we can avoid the fragmentation problem. The technique, we call it as a paging memory management technique. That will be our next class discussion. With this, I will conclude today's class. Thank you.